Nipun, Sudeep Bhargava, Mr. Budrani, Shivoham, and welcome to the call Siva, Girish and Amma, Rajan, Ashok and Hema, and the rest of you. I cannot see you, but I warmly welcome you all to the call. And today we have an interesting call, very interesting call actually. How to make the monkey mind into a monk. And this is going to give us not just the secret of enlightenment, but peace of mind and joy. So today's call has got a combination reward, a reward of peace of mind. Who doesn't want peace of mind? Peace of mind is the foundation of happiness. Because everybody in this world wants to be happy, but nobody is happy. People think that success is happiness, money is happiness, but this is not true. People can ask you a question. Are all successful people happy? Question mark. No. Are all happy people successful? Question mark. Yes. Therefore, we have to learn that all successful people need not be happy, but all happy people are successful. And today, we will go through this quick journey of 30-40 minutes of my presentation to you about what I believe. The monkey in the mind. There is a monkey. Itkari ji, jante hain bandar hai andar. Bandar hai andar. This is what Sanjay Das is laughing. When we do not realize that there is a bandar andar, the monkey plays all kind of tricks in our mind and we lose our peace of mind. Why do we call the mind a monkey? Because what do we see a monkey? A monkey never keeps quiet. Have you seen a monkey? The monkey jumps from here to there. If it's sitting outside your house, you're scared. If it's outside your window, you don't know what the monkey is going to do. It will come, it will take away your chips, it will take away your banana, it will even take away your mobile phone and go away. Because monkeys are naughty. Naughty monkey. And because the mind is so naughty, we call the mind a monkey because it's also jumping from thought to thought. It is constantly jumping from thought to thought. And what does it do by jumping from thought to thought? It creates stress. It creates worry and anxiety. See, we people are funny. We are so stressed out and we don't know why. We are so stressed out. We are so stressed out. We can't sleep in the night. And you know, when we can't sleep in the night, we say, I don't know why. Why don't you check your monkey? If your monkey is quiet, if you make your monkey into a monk, you can sleep peacefully. But unfortunately, you don't make the monkey into a monk. You let the monkey be a monkey. And because you have a monkey, the monkey keeps on playing monkey tricks. And because the monkey is playing monkey tricks, it doesn't let you have what is known as peace of mind. We all want peace. Peace is the foundation of happiness. In fact, I'm just started writing a new book today. It's called A Simple Secret of World Peace. Why in the world today there is no peace? Why there is war between countries? Why there is war between religions? Why there is war between communities? A simple secret of world peace. But today we are going to touch how to make the monkey mind into a monk. Simple steps of how to make this monkey mind into a monk, because this monkey mind is causing so much stress, it's causing so much anxiety, it's causing so much worry. How are we going to calm down the monkey mind? You know, there was a man, he was doing his puja. He was sitting in front of Krishna and he was saying, Krishna, 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 Krishna in his bhakti. And what happens? Suddenly his mind tells him, hey, what happened to the rascal Krishnamurti, man? That rascal Krishnamurti borrowed so much money, no? Where that rascal Krishnamurti went away? Oh, Krishnamurti ran away to London. Immediately picked the phone call and he called. Hello, can I speak to Krishnamurti? He forgot Krishna. He was thinking Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. His mind took him to Krishnamurti. Then he called Krishnamurti number. Mohan picks the phone. Hello, this is Mohan. No, I want Krishnamurti. He took my money and went away. No, Krishnamurti is gone along with Gopal to New York. Oh, not in New York. Takes my money and he's going to New York. And then you try to call it Gopal in New York. You know, Gopal also is a common friend along with Krishnamurti. And then you speak to Gopal and Gopal says, no, I don't know where is Krishnamurti. How are you? And I am fine. And I am just now planning to go to the Maldives, because Maldives is the only place where there is no COVID restriction, because they are allowing tourism. And immediately you think, hey, I also want to go to Maldives. You pick up the phone and you call your travel assistant and tell your travel coordinator, find out, can I go to Maldives? I want to go to Maldives. And as soon as the travel person tells you, no, sir, it's the Maldives, why don't you go to Thailand? Thailand also is open. Okay, let me know about Thailand. And then you start thinking, what's happening in Hong Kong? Can we go? Or is China still controlling Hong Kong? See, what happened in a matter of 5 minutes? You went from London to New York, New York to Maldives, Maldives to Hong Kong, because you were wanting Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. And from Krishna, you went to Krishnamurti. And you are so lost because your mind jumps like a monkey, not your mind, my friend, even my mind. Even my mind, even today, the mind doesn't let us sit quietly. Our challenge is to be able to make the monkey into a monk. Today, we will discover how to make the monkey into a monk. So this is a challenge. Why should we make the monkey into a monk? Let's first question this before you say how. Because the monkey thinks up to 50 thoughts a minute. People don't know. The mind can think up to 50 thoughts. I told you Krishna, Krishnamurti, Gopal, Mohan, Maldives. Because the mind is able to think 50 thoughts a minute. You know what it equals to in a day? Those of you who know me, you know it. 50,000 thoughts a day. You won't believe, right? If you count, the mind can actually think up to 50,000 thoughts a day. It can destroy us. It creates so much stress, it can kill us. Therefore, I wrote a book, Kill the Mind Before the Mind Kills You. The mind is a monkey. But the question is, how do we make this monkey into a monk? That is the question. Okay, we know it's a monkey. How do we make the monkey into a monk? You know how? Look at the word monkey. When you look at the word monkey, it is M-O-N-K, monkey. It has got E-Y. It has got a tail. The tail of the monk is the E, E-Y. And this E-Y, what's the meaning of E-Y? You know, the meaning of E-Y is ever yelling and ever yearning. Huh? So the monk inside our head, when the monk gets a tail, it becomes a monk, EY, monkey. There's already a monk inside our head. But we let the monk add the EY, ever yelling, blah, 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 keep on talking, yakking. Keep on yearning. The monk is ever yelling and ever yearning. There are two reasons why the monk in our life becomes a monkey. Because we are ever yelling and we are ever yearning. Because you continuously yell and you continuously yearn, you know what happens? You become a monkey. And once the moment you become a monkey, you become miserable. Because a monkey is a naughty monkey. It will keep on jumping. It will make you fear. It will make you worry. It will make you anxious. It will create anxiety attacks. Somebody told me, I get anxiety attacks. And I said, who causes the anxiety attacks? I don't know. I said, please look carefully. It's the monkey inside you. I don't have a monkey. Of course you have a monkey. The monkey is playing tabla in your head. The monkey is playing tabla all the time in your head. You want to sit quietly? Hitkariji, try to sit quietly for 5 minutes. Just try. Just try 5 minutes to sit quietly. Hota hai? The mind will suddenly tell you, chole bhature khayenge kya? Ya jalebi. Immediately your mind will take you somewhere. Sometimes you're looking at the internet and you see one Bollywood star And your mind goes, oh yeah, Bollywood, Bollywood, Bollywood. Or you are just watching, and the media, the biggest problem, your mind just looks one glimpse at the TV, and they say a new mutation of the virus has come, and oh, you get fear. So the mind doesn't sit quietly even for a minute. So today, our challenge is to look at the word monkey. Look at the word monkey. The word has a monk and it has a tail. EY, which is ever yelling. EY, which is ever yearning. What is the reason that we become a monkey? Because of two reasons. Because one, I want this, monkey. Mind says, I want this. A millionaire is not satisfied. He wants another million. A billionaire is not satisfied. He wants to be the richest man in the world. For what? Will you become, if you become the richest man in the world, will you become happier? No. But the mind is yearning. The mind, for the mind, enough is not enough. The mind wants more and more and more. That's why in the ad they said, no, ye dil mange more. Huh? Ye dil mange more. Yeah, actually it's not ye dil mange more. My dil bechara sirf dil dhadakta hai. But the mind is ever yearning. The mind is constantly wanting this and this and this and this. It's constantly wanting. As long as the mind is constantly wanting, how can you be a monk? Have you seen a monk? Did I tell you the story of the Buddha? The Buddha was sitting quietly, and when one bunch of people came running and they passed the Buddha, and the Buddha said, why are you all so stressed out? They said, oh, we have lost our gold. Somebody stole our gold. And Buddha said, who stole your gold? He said, we don't know. Somebody came and robbed our gold, and we are searching for the robber now. We're looking for our gold. Why? Because the mind becomes possessive. Although we bring nothing with us, and when we go, we will take nothing. Do we know this or we don't know this? We all know it. We all know very well that nothing belongs to us. But the mind says, I want this, and I want this, and I want this, and I want this. So, my dear friends, because of this constant yelling and constant yearning, the monk inside us becomes a monkey. There are two things. Either you can be a monk. You know who's a monk? A monk is silent. No noise, no cravings, no desires. But if you are a monk, it doesn't mean you have to give up everything. You just have to cut the tail of the monkey. It doesn't mean you have to stop. Some people think monk means you must stop eating, you must stop drinking, you must stop buying clothes, you must leave and you must go into the forest. This is a wrong understanding of a monk. You don't have to be a monk. In our words, doesn't mean a bhikshu. You don't become a beggar. Sanjay Das, don't think I have to start becoming beggar. Kal jaake begging bol. Bhiksham devam, bhiksham, bhiksham. You go, no, you don't have to go and ask for bhiksham. Because we are able to live a normal life. A monk, you can be a monk. Kumar Swami, you can be a monk. Ajitek Dadda, you can be a monk. Just by cutting the tail of the monkey. Do you understand, Samita? You don't have to give up everything. Some people think they get scared. Oh, I must take sannyas. No, you don't have to take sannyas. You don't have to become brahmachari. No, you don't have to. This is the wrong understanding of the meaning of a monk. A monk is one who is able to control the monkey. A monk is one who is able to cut just EY. What is EY? Sarah, you get me? जो दिमाग में बंदर है, the monkey, cut the tail, cut the EY. When you cut the tail, the EY of the monk, it stops yelling. What is it yelling? All the time the monkey is making noise. Have you ever seen a monkey sit quietly? If he's doing nothing, he'll be scratching his head. The monkey doesn't know to sit quietly. He'll jump, he will grab, he will do this, he will do that. The monkey robs our peace of mind. And we don't realize that it is the monkey that has stolen the monk because of ever yelling and because of ever yearning. See what my calls on every Friday, the enlightenment call we have has a very simple objective: to make it simple, to make it simple, to understand in simple words what is it, how can we be enlightened? You can be enlightened if you make the monkey into a monk. And if you are doubting this, just go on listening to me, and by the end of it, you will understand. The problem is we are not enlightened with the truth. You know why? We are not enlightened with the truth because the monkey is in command of our life. The monkey is constantly yelling and yearning. Yelling means constant thought. How many of you agree that if you sit quietly, peacefully for 10 minutes, you get a lot of peace? Margaret, yes or no? If you just sit silently in a silent place for 10 minutes, don't you get peace of mind? Because your monkey for the 10 minutes becomes a monk, right? And the moment you watch news, Ashok, you and Hema, when you start watching the news, you have peace of mind or you get stressed? You get stressed. You start buying 10 more masks. I want to buy 10 more masks because more COVID is coming. And if you are supposed to go to Kerala, you will say, no, go in Kerala because in Kerala, there's a lot of COVID. Because that's what it is. You see, you must not let the monkey take command of your life. So what is the secret to today? Are you getting the idea of the secret? There is only one. There are no two, monk and monkey. It's only one. Sudeep, you're getting it? Either the monk becomes a monkey, or the monkey becomes a monk. You don't have two. You don't have the monk and the monkey inside you. You have only one. I hope you get on what I'm saying. Mr. Sharma, you understand? Inside your head, Mr. Sharma, you have only one. Either you have monk or you have monkey. If it's a monkey, there is no monk. If there's a monk, there is no monkey. Now you decide you want to have monkey or you want to have the monk. If you want a monkey inside, monkey, I want this, I want dosa, I want idli, I want new jeans, I want this, I want that, I want. And the monkey will keep on yearning and yelling and yearning and yelling. Then the monkey does so much tamasha, so much drama in our head that we become miserable. We become a prisoner of the monkey. The monkey is never satisfied. You give the monkey one banana, will he be quiet? Have you ever seen? Rajaratnam, you give monkey one banana, he will keep quiet or he will jump for one more. He will jump one more. And if you give him one more also, he will continue. He will continue and he will continue. There was once an interesting story. There was a monkey. The monkey saw one bottle of popcorn. So what the monkey did, it put hand inside the bottle and filled the hand full of popcorn. And now tried to pull the popcorn outside. But the popcorn could not come because the hand became so big. The hand became so big. The monkey put the hand in a small bottle like this and took popcorn. And now the monkey is trying to take out the jar. And the monkey is not able to take out. Monkey is jumping. Till the security guard came and saw the natak. The security guard came and gave one. The monkey's best thing to do, you know what to do? Take a stick. You take a stick, they'll run away. The monkey saw the security guard coming and hitting with a stick, immediately left all the popcorn. And the monkey ran away. Our mind also is exactly like this. Will the mind be content? Veena, is the mind content? This also what you wanted, this and that also, and that also. That's why I said, what do we say? We say, जो मेरा वो मेरा, जो तेरा वो भी मेरा. So the challenge is and the mind, it is too influenced by others, right? Somebody says something, we get upset. Why should we be upset? If there's some mad person around you, that mad person is already the monkey. We should not bother about it. Our mind should not become a monkey. Our mind has to be a monk. The moment the mind is a monk, you are calm. So what does the mind do? It creates fear, stress, worry. And along with the ego, it becomes me. You know me? You know what's me, right? M-E. Me means mind plus ego. We have a mind that's constantly thinking, and we have an ego that's an I, me, mine. That's why we become angry. You know why we become angry? Because I think I am I and you are you. The mind creates the ego and makes me separate from you. And because me becomes separate from you, because of that, there is anger, there is revenge, there is hate, and there is jealousy. A monk, a monk doesn't have a difference between me and you. You know what a monk believes? The monk believes you and me are the same divine manifestation. The monk believes that you and me are the same soul. The monk doesn't get angry. The monk doesn't get angry because, have you seen Dr. Kulveer Singh? Have you seen the right hand hitting the left hand? Have you seen? Sachin, have you seen the right leg kicking the left leg? Have you seen? Right leg is kicking the left leg. Why not? Why the why the right leg does not kick the left leg? Why? But have you seen one man kicking another man? Have you seen one man kicking another man? Oh, every day every day people are kicking. But why? Because the monkey is in command. The monkey, the mind and the ego, me, wants to kick you. But the monk understands me and you are not different. The monk understands that just like my right hand and my left hand are belonging to me, the monk understands that you and me are the same manifestations of the one divine. But we don't understand this because we have given over the command of our life to the monkey. And as long as the monkey is in command, we will experience hate. I hate you. Why I hate you? Because I think I'm different from you. But the right eye never hates the left eye. Never. Because right eye and left eye are the same. Think about it. You may laugh. So, like some of you said when we started this session, how do we make the monkey into a monk? Make it slow down its pace. Slow down the pace. Silence, meditation. Try to observe the monkey mind. You know what does the monk do? The monk is the monkey who steps back and becomes the witness of the monkey. He becomes the observer of the mind. So if you want to be a monk, what must you do? Start watching the mind. Start observing the mind. When the mind is jumping, when your mind is going from here to there, when your mind has fear, when your mind has worry, anger, depression, watch your mind. Just watch it. And tell yourself that, oh, I am not the mind. Tell yourself that I have a mind, but I am not the mind. I think I told you last week. Did I tell you last week? Suppose you have a dog and the dog is scratching its ears. Huh? So, Harsh, if your dog is scratching its ears, you also will scratch your ears? No, you say, why should I scratch my ears? Yeah, because the dog is scratching ears. I don't have to scratch my ear. That's my dog. So if your mind is jumping like a monkey, you don't have to jump like a monkey because you are not the mind. You have a mind, but you are not the mind. The moment we start contemplating that we have a mind, but we are not the mind, when we observe the mind, when we watch the mind, then we are able to make the monkey mind into a monk. That is the challenge for joy, for peace, for enlightenment. That is the way. You see, peace is the foundation of happiness. Where there is no peace, there can be no happiness. Therefore, if you really want to live a life, a good life, you need peace. Today, countries are fighting. I told you, countries are fighting, religions are fighting, communities are fighting, families are fighting, brothers are fighting. You know why? Because the mind creates ignorance. The mind takes charge and it destroys the power of the intellect. There is an intellect. You all have heard me speaking about this before. There's an intellect inside us. If the intellect controls the mind is like a ghoda. You know, ghoda? The mind is like a horse. The intellect is like the charioteer who controls the horse, the reins. You hold the horse. Unless you hold the horse with the reins, the horse will gallop and gallop and gallop and take you here and take you there. And the horse will make you miserable. Just like a monkey, now the mind has become a horse. So it's up to you. It's up to you to make the mind a monk. When the intellect controls the horse, the monkey becomes a monk. We all have been given a gift of discrimination. Only human beings have been given. See, dogs, no? Sometimes you see dogs, they go and eat garbage. They go and eat their own rubbish. But the dog doesn't understand, right? But you and me, we understand. We have a power of discrimination. We can choose. But if we let the monkey take charge, we lose the power of discrimination. The minute the monkey is in command, the monk in us is destroyed. Because the monk becomes a monkey. So today you have to learn, whenever you are living a life, whenever you are going after this call is over, Hitkariji, you have to ask the question, who's in command, monkey or monk? Somebody is in command of your life. Somebody is in command of your life. It's either the monkey or the monk. And if the monkey is in command of your life, you've lost your peace of mind. If the monk is command of your life, you are peaceful and blissful. What is the best way of making the monkey into a monk? Realization. Realization that I am not the body. I am not the monkey mind. I am not the ego. I am not me that creates karma, that's born again and again. When we realize that we are the divine soul, we are once and for all, we cut the tail of the monkey. Then there's no monkey left. See, right now, the monkey becomes a monk, the monk becomes a monkey, the monkey becomes a monk, the monk becomes a monkey. Full day, there is a war between the monkey and the monk, which is one entity. But suppose you cut off the tail. Suppose you cut off the tail. Then what happens? Then there's no monkey left. There's only a monk. Then you become peaceful. You become silent. There's no yelling. There's no EY, no ever yelling. There's no ever yearning. You know how a monk lives? Do you know? This is a new Chandra. I see a new person. Chandra, you know how a monk lives, Chandra? The monk lives in surrender and in acceptance. A monkey says, what does the monkey says, Chandra? The monkey says, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. What the monk says? The monk says, I'm thankful. Whatever I get, I'm grateful. Whatever I get, I'm happy. That's the difference between a monkey and a monk. So it's up to us. If we want to be a monkey, we can choose to be a monkey. A monkey will never be content. A monkey will never, you know monkeys. I don't have to tell you about monkeys. Even if it has 5 bananas, it will still ask one more. It will jump for one more. It will never go. They are naughty monkeys. They are hungry monkeys. And we should not let our mind become a hungry monkey, a yearning, yelling monkey. We have to learn to the realization, I am not the mind. The realization, I am not the ego. The realization, I am the divine soul. This realization cuts the tail of the monkey. This realization overcomes the ignorance. It removes the darkness. It makes the monkey into a silent monk. What does the monk do? The monk lives in the consciousness of the truth. See, try this, okay? Either you're thinking or you're conscious. Just stop for a moment. Just stop for 1 minute. Let's try. And watch your mind. Just observe your mind. Don't do anything. Sudeep, are you with me? Just stop for 1 minute and just watch, observe your mind, what your mind is doing for the next 1 minute. I don't even have to wait for 1 full minute. What did your mind do? Was your mind still? Or your mind was thinking when he'll start, why he asked us to be silent? Huh? Your mind jumped somewhere else. Were you able to think nothing? How many of you were able to think nothing? Not a single thought. Were you able? Probably impossible. If anybody was able to think nothing, they're enlightened. They're already enlightened. See, here you come to know. Imagine in probably 30 seconds, the mind is not willing to be still for 30 seconds. We are running like mad people. We are running and running and running. The mind is refusing to be still. If we cut the tail of the mind, if we permanently cut the tail of the mind, then we become a monk forever. We become peaceful and blissful. This is the goal. This is called Sat Chit Anand. This is the state of a monkhood. You become a real monk. I told you, a monk is not one who wears a white dhoti or a maroon robe or an orange dress. No. A mind is one. The monk is one who cuts the tail of the monkey. So you become a master now. What you have learned today, if you tell somebody you're already a master, if you have learned this one thing. For me, learning this one thing is a big, this is like doing a university course of spirituality. If you only learn one thing, to stop the mind from jumping. Unfortunately, you know what the mind does? The mind creates so much ignorance. The mind envelops us in a blanket of ignorance. It tells us lies. It believes in fairy tales. It keeps on bluffing and it makes us scared. Oh, you will die. Oh, you will lose your happiness. Oh, you will lose your loved ones. Oh, everybody has to die one day. What are you worrying about? Some people die once. You know, some people, they die every day. Some people, they die every day because they're scared of death every day. Oh, today I will die. Today I will die. Today. No, forget it. Stop dying every day. Live. How do you live? Cut the tail of the monkey. The monkey doesn't want us to realize the truth. The monkey doesn't want consciousness. You know why? Because the moment you realize you're the soul, the mind is dead. The monkey's tail is cut. Then what happens? It becomes a monk. Therefore, the mind does not allow it. When I asked you to be silent for 30 seconds, did the mind permit you? Did the mind permit you? No. The mind will not allow you to be quiet for even 1 minute. You don't have to be fed up. You have to cut the tail of the mind. If you cut the tail of the mind, you can be a blissful monk. My dear friends, so I will be answering your questions soon because there are many interesting questions, I believe, today. But before I do that, remember, before I close, you have a choice. After this call is over, you decide. You want in your head, you want a monkey or you want a monk. You are not the monkey and the monk, but there is somebody inside here. In this thing, there is something. A monkey or a monk. What do you want? You want a monkey? Feed the monkey. Feed it bananas. Keep on feeding the monkey bananas. The monkey said, I want this, you give banana. Monkey said, I want that, you give another banana. Monkey. You want a monk? Give the monkey one slap. Tell, shut up. Shut up. Enough. Be quiet. Make the monkey into a monk. The moment you make the monkey into a monk, then you get peace, you get bliss. Friends, uh, I have this challenge. I meet every day people who ask me questions, and every day I answer questions. And therefore, this is a practical experience of people who have been able to control the mind. Now, is it easy? It's not so easy. I'm asking you, let me give you a challenge. Gautam, you go catch a monkey and cut the tail. Can you do? Come on, just any monkey. You go outside your house now, you go find a monkey, catch it and cut its tail. Can you? A monkey will bite you, no? The mind is also like that. You think you can catch the mind and cut its tail. The monkey mind is more difficult than real monkey. So you have to put the mind to sleep. And in that silent sleeping, cut its tail. That means you slow down the pace, you calm down the mind. And if you need help, then you contact me one-on-one and I will guide you how to do it. Because there is a way to do it. There is a way to do it because it's not easy. Sarah, can you go out in Pakistan and catch a monkey and cut the tail? Can you do it? No, monkey will jump on you. The monkey will not let you cut its tail, correct? Because the monkey is a dangerous fellow, the naughty fellow. So you have to be careful. Mind is like that. Mind also is like that. The mind will not let you cut the tail. The mind wants to be a monkey. But you decide, you have a choice. Monkey or monk. You want peace of mind or you want mind of pieces? And your mind can become pieces or peace of mind. If there's a monkey, it'll be pieces. If there's a monk, you'll have peace. You want to be me, mind and ego? You be. But if you want to be he, the holistic energy, the soul, you can. From today, you have to make a choice. You have to cut the tail of the monkey. Whenever the monkey comes alive in you, जब भी बंदर आता है, you have to stop and say, I don't want monkey, I want the monk. Before I close and get into questions, next Friday is an interesting topic. When you overcome the fear of death, you start to live. It's a new book I'm writing. And the topic of next Friday is when you overcome the fear of death, you start to live. I'm talking on that next Friday because some people, they don't live. They're constantly living with the fear of death. So I've written a book, and not only about COVID. No, some people don't take a plane. They're scared of a plane crash. Some people don't even want to sleep because many people die in their sleep, so they stay awake. So people are scared of death. So next week we will talk about when you overcome the fear of death, you start to live. And now we will continue answering all questions. There are many interesting questions, and I'd like to answer your questions before we end. The first question I have is this. Ajitek, tell the story of Analak. Okay, you're allowed to ask any question on enlightenment, so I'll answer. So Anhalak is about, I believe, a man called Manzoor. Surinder, Dr. Surinder knows more about it, but let me quickly give you my version, what I understand. So Manzoor was a Sufi, a saint, and he had many followers. And one day, when he was with the followers, he fell asleep or he went into ecstasy, and he started saying, Analak, 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 Analak. So his followers got scared because Anhalak means I am the divine, I am God, I am God, I am God. So when he woke up, they told him, Manzoor, you are saying Anhalak, Anhalak. He said, no, I didn't say like that. So again, next time it happened. Again, they told him, he said, no, I don't believe you. He said, next time when something happens like that, you call my best friend and let him record. So the next time it happened, they called his best friend who was living next door. And his best friend also said, yes, you said, after he came out of his ecstasy, you said, Analak, Analak, Analak. So he told his friends, he told, okay, next time when I say Anhalak, you take a sword and you cut off my head. So next time when he said, Analak, 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 they took a sword and they tried to cut it, but they said the sword was going inside him, but the sword was not able to cut. Now, this is a story. I don't know whether it happened really or not, right? Because what it means, what the story is telling us is when he was realizing that I am Anhalak, means I am I am God, I am God. Even the sword could not kill because the body was not telling, the mind was not telling. Who was telling? The divine was telling. So, Ajitek, you get my point? But this, I believe, Ajitek, this must be a fairy tale. And Dr. Surinder Goyal, courtesy, is putting a detailed story for your reference. But because you asked me the question, I always have to answer, Ajitek. But that realization that we are the divine is a true realization, and we have to get to that truth. Gautam, when I do meditation in silence, my mind goes some other way. So when I put some peaceful tunes of music, I feel good. How to be in peaceful silence, how to control silence. I'm trying. So Gautam, you have to try and try and try and try and continue trying till you attain that state of when your monkey becomes a monk. See what happens, Gautam? That means the monkey in you is alive. So when there is silent music, what happens? This is Gautam. Yeah. So Gautam, when the monkey inside you, you listen to silent music, monkey becomes monk for a few minutes. Then when the monkey music goes off, again the monkey starts dancing like a monkey. It's common for everybody. Don't think only you. Many people on the call will agree. For a few minutes, the monkey becomes a monk. Then again the monkey is jumping. But when you realize, Gautam, I am not this monkey mind, and you become the monk through discipline, through renouncing the worldly things, by living peacefully, there is a way to do it. And that way, that path is the path of enlightenment. Each Zoom call will help you, Gautam, to get one step forward. When you live with bhakti yoga, when you realize you are the divine soul, when you have the art of surrender, when you believe in bhakti, all these things will help you slowly, slowly. You think, Gautam, it's so easy for anybody to go. I just told who I told. I told somebody to go cut the tail. I told you only, no? Go find a monkey and cut the tail. Can you do it? So your question matches incidentally what I told you to do. It's not easy, Gautam. Slowly, 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 the monkey will become monkey, 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 and then monk. Correct? You reduce the thoughts from 50 thoughts a minute. You try to make it 40 thoughts, make it 30 thoughts, make it 20 thoughts. Try to spend time in silence. How much time you spend in silence, Gautam? Every day, 1 hour you spend silence? You'll say, no, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Every day, spend 30 minutes morning silent, 30 minutes evening silence. Can you do it? Everybody on the call who wants to make your monkey into a monk like Gautam, spend time in silence. Do 1 hour a day in the morning, 1 hour a day in the evening. Out of 24 hours, I'm telling you. Don't think it's impossible. Please do it and then come back on the call and tell us how you feel. Margaret, it's easy to sit 1 hour in silence, Margaret? It's easy? So when you sit 1 hour in silence, are you peaceful or not peaceful? So you become very peaceful. So that's the challenge. So Margaret will teach you. If you want to ask Margaret, she will teach you how to sit 1 hour in silence. She's practicing from a long time. Prabhakar, nothing attracts me. Is it result of practicing spirituality or is my in a comfort zone? So Prabhakar, when nothing attracts you, it can be a comfort zone until you become immersed in bhakti, you become immersed in seva, you become immersed in doing God's will. Nothing attracts me is not spirituality. But nothing attracts me but dedicating my life to God. That is spirituality. When you are dedicating your life to God from morning to night, 24 hours a day, that is spirituality. I hope you got my answer. Just sing. How to stop overthinking and stop worrying. Just sing. Just stop thinking. How do you stop thinking? Just sing. Stop thinking. Stop worrying. The mind is a monkey. It's constantly thinking. It's constantly making comments. It's constantly jumping from this thought to that thought. It's watching somebody else instead of watching yourself. So just sing. Because you are constantly watching others, that's not the way to stop overthinking. Just sing. You watch yourself. You go within and you watch yourself, because that's the way. That's the only way for you to find less thinking, over lesser thinking and lesser worrying. Right now, you are worrying about many other things. That's why there's no peace of mind. Stop worrying about other things and be peaceful. You can. There's a way. Right now, you're overthinking. You know what? Let me quickly tell you the story, Just Sing. I think you're new to the call. I don't know whether Just Sing is there or not. But you know what? I often tell people this story. There was a man who went and told a saint, I'm thinking all the time. Too much thinking, too much thinking, too much thinking. So what the saint told, you remember he tell you this story? The saint told, too much thinking, too much worrying, no problem. Bring your mind tomorrow. I'll remove it. I'll remove overthinking. I'll remove over worrying. Then mind said, how can I bring my mind? Where is the mind? Next day he went and told this saint, hello, Swamiji, how can I bring my mind? I don't know where is my mind. Then he said, you said your mind is overthinking, your mind is over worrying. If the mind is not there, then just stop thinking, stop worrying. You are saying your mind is full of worry and full of thoughts. If your mind is full of worry and full of thoughts, bring your mind here. I will remove the worry. I will remove the thoughts. But he could not bring his mind because there is no mind. So who is worrying? We are worrying. We are permitting, just like you overwalk. You are overwalking because you are overwalking. You are over talking because you are over talking. You are overthinking because you are overthinking. Stop it. You can stop walking. You can stop talking. You can stop thinking. You can stop worrying, because that's a choice. So I don't think Just Sing is gone. He's over because of overthinking. He is gone. He's gone out of the Zoom call for something else. Next one is from Sagai Raj. How to control our thoughts? Please guide us. You control your thoughts in 2-3 manners. The first way to control your thought is silence. The second way to control your thought is to use the intellect. The third way to control your thought is to realize there is no mind. To realize you are the divine soul. If you follow these methods, you will be able to control thought. But don't tell me I will not follow these 3 methods, but I want to control thought. That's just like the doctor. Somebody went and told him, I've got 3 problems. What's the 3 problems? He said, I got cough. Then I got sneezing. And I got fever. The doctor gave 3 capsules. Cough, sneezing, and fever. He said, take the 3 capsules for 3 days. After 3 days, he met him. So all gone. Cough, sneezing, fever, all is gone. He said, no, doctor, not gone. I gave you 9 capsules. What happened? The capsules are in my pocket. Doctor said, if capsules are in your pocket, how will the cough and the sneezing and the fever go? So also, Sagai Raj, I told you methods how to slow down the mind. Spend time in silence, half an hour, 1 hour every day. You don't do it, there will be no, you can't control thought. There's a way to control thought. Use the method. Don't complain that you can't control thought if you don't follow the method. Abhinav Panwar, how to eradicate ego. You eradicate ego when you realize I am not I. The best-selling book on Google Play, the book we have written on Google Play, I don't know how many of you have read it. I am not I. Who am I? So the moment we realize I am not I, then the ego is eradicated. Right now, all the time we say I. Can we live without saying I for 10 minutes? I want to go here. I want this. I want that. Bring me this. I, me, my, mine. You remove these 4 letters from your life, Abhinav Panwar, and I challenge you, I will take away your ego. One day, you message me, Abhinav Panwar. One day, you don't use the word I, me, my, and mine. I will give you both 1 lakh rupees prize also, and I will take away your ego also. But one whole day, you should not use the word I, me, my, and mine for 24 hours. You do it and show it to me. Living a normal life. Surinder, can we do it? Is it possible? Please try, please try. Dr. Surinder Goel, next question is yours. Trying hard not to think about something, almost guaranteed that it will pop up in my mind again and again. How to control the monkey mind from negative thoughts disturbing? What is the best exercise or method to keep the mind always in present moment? Surinder, it is a practice. ये साधना है. Please Practice silence. I always tell, I don't know how much time you spend in silence every day, quiet silence every day. How much time? Do you spend half an hour, 1 hour, or no time? Every day, Surinder, sit. Don't think it's a waste of time. First, you start 15 minutes morning, 15 minutes evening. Just sit silent and watch the mind. The mind will go here, the mind will go there. It doesn't matter. Let it go. You watch the mind. But sit quietly, sit silently, sit silently, sit silently. You try and you message, please message me or tell me next week. Then increase that from 15 minutes to 20 minutes, then 30 minutes, if possible, 1 hour. I'm telling you, it's impossible, but you do it. Because if you do it, you will solve the problem. What you're saying, trying hard not to think about something, because you have no control of your mind. So if you want your mind to be controlled, first is silence. You get a control of your mind. That silence will lead to using your intellect. That will lead to realization of the truth. That will lead to enlightenment. All this will happen, Surinder. But first, please, let's do ABC first. So first, silence. Next is, I'm living in the moment. Surinder, I forgot to answer that part. Living in the moment means, please don't jump into yesterday. It's gone. Don't jump to tomorrow. Let it come tomorrow. What we do, Surinder, what's our mistake, Surinder? Bar we go to tomorrow. You're sitting here, you're thinking tomorrow. Sitting here, you're thinking after 1 hour. Stop it. Stop that. Stop that. Stop. And what happened yesterday? Your mind is going there. Bring your mind back. Again, your mind will go there. Bring it back, Surinder. Whenever the mind is going, bring it back. Remind yourself, I am not the mind. The mind went yesterday, bring back. Your mind is going to tomorrow, bring back. That is another great way, apart from silence, to be able to control your mind. So please try these 2 points I'm giving you. 2 prescriptions. Krishna Sharma. Mind is becoming monkey because of desires and attachments. But unless we become a disciple to a right guru, we may not be able to come out of these bondages. So what is the easiest way to select such a guru? My dear Krishna Sharma, guru will come to you. You don't have to worry about guru. First you make the mind silent. You are worrying about guru. Are guru will come, na? Krishna Sharma, first you spend time in silence. Suppose guru wants to come to you, but you're not spending time in silence. What guru can do? Guru can give you chai, silence chai. You'll have that chai, you'll become silent. Krishna Sharma, can I give you silence coffee? Have one coffee, you will become silent for 2 hours. No, if I give you whiskey, you will become silent for 2 hours. But when you have whiskey, that's not the silence we are talking about. That will knock you out. Krishna Sharma, you agree? We are not talking about that silence. No. You take a drug and you go out for one whole day, you will be out of. Somebody I told gave a challenge one day, keep quietly without I, me, mine. You take some drug and go to sleep one day. That's not what I'm talking about. You must be normal, alive. So Krishna Sharma, this desire and attachments, why they are coming, Krishna Sharma? Why is desire coming? Why is attachment coming? Because we are ignorant. What we are ignorant, Krishna Sharma? We are ignorant that nothing belongs to us. Tomorrow you want this, you want that, you want this also, you want that also, you want this also. When you are going tomorrow, will you take it with you? You know it, no? You know it, but you don't realize it. When you realize, Krishna Sharma, then the desires will drop. Then the attachment will drop. Therefore, this is practice, Krishna Sharma. And when you keep on practicing, Guru will come. Krishna Sharma, Guru is already there behind you. Turn back and see. Can you see Guru standing behind you? Can you see? Ah, that you can experience. Once you become silent like a monk, then the Guru is there with you already. Then you will feel the presence of the Guru. Guru is there. Next question, SN007. James Bond, how to watch the mind? We have some SN007. So you watch the mind just like James Bond. Huh? How James Bond 007, how he can see everywhere. So in James Bond, if somebody is coming behind him, he'll shoot him behind. How? So you also become a James Bond by watching the mind. You watch the mind moment by moment. Observe the mind. How? By becoming the observer. By realizing you are not the mind. You're asking me how to watch the mind. You know why? Because you think you are the mind. You are not the mind. When you realize you are not the mind, then you can watch the mind. Why you find it difficult to watch the mind? Because you think you are the mind. You let the monkey take charge of your life. Cut the tail. Cut the tail. let it become a monk. You can watch it. Have you tried to catch a fish? If you try to catch a fish, it will slip out of your hand. But you reduce the oxygen level to the fish. When the fish is going to die, you can catch a fish. Or easily you can catch in your hand. Because you have slowed down the oxygen to the fish. Therefore, it's very easy to catch the fish. Very easy. So, Paul and Manu, Chris. So, the next question is from Manikanta. Manikanta, how to not to get negative thoughts. See, this is easier, Manikanta. How you can move from negative to positive is this. You switch over. You switch from negative emotions to positive emotions. You know how you do that? You switch from negative to positive emotions by eliminating negative emotions. The negative emotions are hate, worry, angry. Now, suppose there are some people coming in this call and trying to disturb this call. Am I getting angry? There are some people coming and trying to disturb. Are aane do, jane do. Administrator will remove them. Why should we react to such people? There are many people coming into this call, I'm noticing, coming, putting bad comments. Should we react? We should not react. We should relax. This is called positive emotion. What's the negative emotion? Negative emotion is we react. Positive emotion, we respond. Therefore, we have to learn that a lot of times people in life will come to disturb you. A lot of times people will come and these are negative people. Don't worry. This is the monkey. Make the monkey, you cut many people there disturbing. There are many people who will try to bring misery into your life. Ignore them. Ignore them, because if you don't ignore them, then they will take command of your life like negative emotions will take. There are lots of people, and learn to ignore. So that is Manikanta answer to you. Negative thoughts comes from being calm. Negative thoughts comes from cutting the tail of the monkey. Negative thoughts comes from being calm like a monk, silent like a monk. That is the way to do it. Don't add anybody new in the call. So friends, we are going on. Not 7. How to forget someone. How to forget. Not 7. Suppose I tell you, I'll give you an apple. Drop it. How do you drop it? Sanjay Das, I give you an apple and say drop it. How do you drop? Just leave it. So when you want to forget somebody, what do? Just leave it. Just leave it. Just leave it. Because when you leave it, you forget it. Unfortunately, we are not able to leave. You know why we are not able to leave? Because we are attached. We are attached, and that attachment causes misery. That attachment causes so much stress and fear and worry and anxiety. Friends, life is a beautiful journey. We must learn to be calm. We must learn not to react. We must not let our life be controlled by negative thoughts, negative people. And when something happens and we want to forget that something, oh, just let go. Just let go. Some FC, one or two FCs were going. So the next comment from Facebook, Bharti, I thought, though I am on Zoom call, my mind is elsewhere. Bharti says, though I am on Zoom call in Facebook, my mind is somewhere. Bharti, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. See, because somebody is putting a gun on their head in the picture and trying to distract me. Some Francis Buddhismus, remove that Francis Buddhismus. There are some people who are going on trying to disturb. Sarah, you noticing people are trying to disturb the call? Yes? Don't worry. Surinder, ऐसे बंदर है कि नहीं ऐसे बंदर? So there are a lot of monkeys in the world. So why should we worry about the monkeys? We don't have to worry about the monkeys. We have to be silent like a monk. Bharti, try when the mind, Bharti, when the mind goes elsewhere, bring it back. When the mind goes again elsewhere, again bring it back. And the mind will go again bring it back, and bring it back, and bring it back. But it will go again, and you bring it back. It will go again. Bring it back. Continue to bring back the mind. That is the only way to be calm, to be peaceful, to be blissful. Next question. I think we are running out of time, but we have a few more questions. Oh my God. Lot more questions, 5-6 questions. Quickly, let me see if I can answer the questions. We have a question from Sachin. Instead of observing and trying to cut the tail of the mind, can we try to ignore the mind? You can't, Sachin. You can't ignore the mind, Sachin, because the mind will capture you. If you let the mind yell and you let the mind yearn and you feed the mind bananas, my dear Sachin, the monkey will take charge of you. Are you getting my point, Sachin? Please don't ignore the mind, cut its tail. What have you do? Sachin, what am I asking you to do? Stop the yelling of the mind. Stop the yearning of the mind. You're telling me you will ignore it? No. If you ignore the mind, you know what happens, Sachin? The mind will become stronger. Don't let the mind become stronger. Guru, that how to know the source of restlessness of the mind? No, there is no source of restlessness of the mind. The mind itself is restless. Why are you trying? Why are you trying to find the source? The mind is the source. Gurudat, why are you trying to find what is the source of the mind? That is the unconsciousness. The mind is there in you. Make it a monk. Why are you against your mind? Instead of becoming a monk, your mind is asking silly question, how to find the source. Gurudat, we don't need to find the source of the mind. We need to cut the tail. You agree, Gurudat? You're getting my point? Is it possible to make the monkey into monk? Gurudat, please make the mind quiet, silent. Don't find source. Harsh Agarwal, why should we cut the monkey's tail? Why not we become Madari and learn to tame the mind? Hello, Harsh. That is only what I am saying, na? Yeah, Madari, you're putting another name for monk. Are you putting another name? I am telling the same thing, dear Mr. Harsh. Tame the mind. When you tame the mind, it becomes a monk. You agree? I'm agreeing with you, Harsh, dear Harsh. Navjot Singh, not Sidhu. Navjot Singh Matharu. If one has done bad things in the past out of ignorance and realizes today and feels guilty, what to do? Do good things. If one has used the debit card, then what do? You use away the money. So what should you do? You pay back. You do the good, you pay positive. If there's a debit balance, you make it credit balance. So Navjot Singh, if you have done something bad, do good. Good karma wipes out bad karma. Just like if you've taken 10,000 from the bank in your credit card, you go deposit 10,000. It's nullified. So whenever you have done something bad, do not worry. God gives us a chance to rectify ourselves. The law of karma is not punitive. It is not punishing us. It is reformative. It reforms us. Let us understand the law of karma. Ruchika Singh, if this mind's nature to cling to negativity, is there a sure way to think less and think positive? The mind's nature is not to cling to negativity, but by default, the mind will think negative if there is nothing positive. So Ruchika, if you keep the mind blank or empty, it will jump to negativity. But if you fill the mind with faith, hope, love, compassion, forgiveness, seva, bhakti, then there is no question of the mind being negative. There are many people who live a very positive life. And by filling these positive emotions, how to think less, that is silence. So you have got the solution. Sanjay Das is nodding. I hope you also getting the idea. So what is the solution? The mind's nature is not negative. But because we have not learned to spend time in silence, the mind becomes a monkey. Because there's no positive energy, the mind is picking garbage. Correct? So what does when a dog, if you give a dog biscuit, what will the dog eat? If you give dog biscuit, what the dog will eat? Biscuit. If you don't give biscuit, where the dog will go? He will go to dustbin to pick the garbage from the dustbin. If you don't give the mind positive thoughts to think, what the mind will do? Where the mind will go, Ruchika? The mind will go to dustbin. Don't let the mind go to the dustbin. Feed the mind positive thoughts. Nadhan, Chandra. Chandra, you mean thought equals monkey? Yes and no. I don't know if Chandra is still on the call. Yes, when there is constant thinking, Chandra, that thinking is the monkey mind. And when we stop this constant thinking, then that monkey becomes a monk. So the monkey is constantly jumping. That is thoughts. Ravindra, how many minutes each day, months is time to be spent to keep mind in darkness, to cut the tail, to become a monk, to reach enlightenment, to get real peace of mind? Does it vary person to person? Ravindran, yes, it varies. If the mind is taught to be silent from a younger age, it's faster. Suppose suddenly you want to make the mind silent, but it's used to being violent. How will you make it silent? But will it take years? No. You can do it in weeks. Can you do it in one day? Impossible. Because the mind will not become quiet in one day. But depends how much effort you put. If you put a lot of effort, you can do it sooner. If you don't put a lot of effort, if you put light effort, it will take a lot of time. But you're right, it varies from person to person. But enlightenment is a flash. Suddenly it comes, trang dong, ting ting tong, like that. You see, aha, you get that enlightenment. So Pushpendra Gaur, comment, I recently did Vipassana in Jaipur. I can relate to your teachings. Good. I'm happy Pushpendra Gaur tells us this is Vipassana. They make you sit quietly for, I think, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't know how many of you have done it. But I know people who come back from Vipassana. Tell me, Gaur, if this is true or not. When they come back from Vipassana, the mind is still back to a monkey. But they're able to control. There definitely is a positive influence. I don't think Vipassana is, I recommend any of you who can go to Vipassana, please go. Because I have not gone, but I've heard a lot of positive comments about Vipassana because it's very simple. They make you practice silence. They make you practice silence and silence and silence. So it's always good. If you cannot do it any other way, please do it this way. Nishu Mathur, are creative pursuits like art and poetry also a way to still the mind? Yes and no. If the creative pursuit can make you so immersed in the art and the poetry that the mind becomes a monk. Nishu, if the pursuit of your poetry and art is so intense that the mind stops thinking, then it is a way to still the mind. But while you're painting, the mind is wandering. While you're writing poetry, if the mind is wandering, then that is not a way. Last two questions, just to close. Ajitek, how enlightened ones unite with the divine at the time of death? Ajitek, there's some more questions coming, 3, 4. Ajitek Datta, how enlightened ones unite with the time of death, at the time of death? The enlightened one, Ajitek, first becomes a Jivan Mukta. They are not suddenly enlightened at the time of death. They become a realized soul when they are alive. They live as the divine soul. And they transcend the body, the mind, and the ego. Ajitek, suppose we are craving all the time jalebi, jalebi, dosa, dosa, tandoori, tandoori, tandoori. Such a person, can he be enlightened at the moment of death? Such a person cannot. So who is the person who will unite at the time of death? Who is already liberated when alive. That state is known as Jivan Mukti. So Ajitek, please study the state of Jivan Mukti. If you need help, I will help you. When you are a Jivan Mukti, then at death, that Mukti becomes moksha. Suddenly you can't get moksha. There is no magic. So some people say, oh, how do I know that man suddenly he got moksha? No, there is no magic. There is no magic. If a person is a Jivan Mukta, when they are a liberated, you can make out from the person's behavior and their life, such a person only can attain moksha, enlightenment, and unification. Sanjay Das, does chanting help? Yes, Sanjay Das, good question. Chanting helps because chanting tries to stop the mind. Suppose you say, oh, oh. But again, Sanjay, while you're chanting, if the mind is wandering, then what happens? Problem. You get the point? Some people say, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Very good. By singing, chanting, some people in Buddhism, there's so much chanting in Buddhism. and it teaches them to have mindfulness or consciousness. But can you guarantee? No, you can't guarantee. You should chant with devotion and dedication. You should chant with concentration. If your chanting is completely focused on the chanting, then your mind can become a monk. There was some more clarification, I think. Many people. Then we have one last question I have by Chandra, and I'm seeing if there are any more questions. But Chandra, positive thoughts also monkey, like thoughts about God? No, no, no. Chandra, positive thoughts are not monkey. That those are thoughts controlled by the intellect. So the moment you have positive thoughts, they are controlling the monkey. The positive thoughts are from the monk. That is a controlled mind. A positive mind that is living with love and faith and courage and confidence and compassion and forgiveness, that's not a monkey. A monkey is just like saying, will the monkey come and scratch your back and give you massage? Chandra, try it. Ask the monkey to come and scratch your back and give you a massage. The monkey will scratch you in such a way that you will have blood all over your back. So monkey is always taken as a negative, except Hanuman. So monkey is taken in a negative sense. So positive thoughts are a welcome thing to move forward, and that is controlled by the intellect. So I hope it's the last question from Gautam. Which place you are at present? I can see vehicles moving in the background. And Gautam, I was in the Maldives and I landed in the evening. Now I'm in Bangalore airport. So right now I'm talking to you from Bangalore airport. So what you see behind is Bangalore airport. See how Gautam's mind, dekha Gautam's mind. Gautam is asking how to control my mind, but Gautam is looking, Gautam is not listening to what I'm talking, but Gautam is looking to the vehicles running behind me, and Gautam's mind is already running behind my behind. All of you are watching, know how the mind. Gautam has given us an example of how the mind is watching Bangalore airport instead of listening to me. But that is Gautam, you understood now how the mind becomes a monkey? Anyway, that is always a pleasure to have you all on the call, my dear friends. Every week, you give me an opportunity to share what I learn. Every week, you teach me something by coming into my life, by coming to the Zoom calls. And I thank you. Remember, next week, we have a very interesting call. How to overcome, when you overcome the fear of death, you start to live. Sanjay Das, thank you. Hitkariji, thank you. And Shivoham, Kumar Swami, thank you. Veena, Samita, Sudeep, and Siva, thank you very much for being on the call. Girish and Amma, Ashok and Hema, Margaret, thank you for being on the call. Krishna Sharma, Rajaratnam, Harsh Agarwal. Harsh, if you have any more clarification, please message me on WhatsApp. Harsh, I saw some more comments coming up. I'll be happy to answer you. Vipul, thank you, Vipul. Thank you, Lakshmi, Sagairaj, Nipun, Ajitek Dada. Thank you very much. Sachin, Komal, Pratima, thank you for joining the call. Gurudat, thank you for being on this call. We have Ravindran, Dr. Surinder Goyal, Gautam, Klaus, and all the rest of you. Sarah, I see some pretty person, the young pretty person with you. Sarah, thank you for being on the call. Chandra, welcome. I was saying thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Chandra, for joining the call. I'm seeing you. I'm not seen you before, but thank you for being on the call. And every Friday we have this call. Those of you who are new, please come along. And if you'll show me your divine presence, I can say thank you to you all on the video. But those who don't switch on the video, I can't look at blank screen and say thank you. I thank all of you for being on the call and look forward to your divine presence next Friday at 7 o'clock. When we overcome the fear of death, we start to live. I thank you and God bless.